Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm here with my dear friend Generalen, and we are casting the game Vanasmode and Ereba against Lemon and Wolfitess. Hello, Mr. Generalen.
Hello, nice to be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of our rare English casts, and maybe even the first English cast for this tournament. So hope the English-speaking audience is appreciating it, and the German people also took their English lessons and are able to follow us here.
I hope they didn't end up like me with my German lessons.
Yeah, we will find out. Right, let's go. So we have 3 Roman players and 1 Mayan. And yeah, let's find out where they spawn on the map. So we have on the left side on the map, playing in purple, we have our Roman player Vanasmode, which is a change to what he usually did. He played Mayans exclusively so far in the tournament, but today it's gonna be Romans. In the south, we have his teammate Ereba playing as Mayans. And then on the right side of the map, playing green, we have the Roman player... Okay, who is it? Wolfitess. And then in red, on the top side of the map, his teammate Lemon also playing as Romans. So yeah, talk to me about the map. What are we seeing here?
I would say very good Mayan map. Definitely.
Yeah,
If you play Romans there, I'm not an big expert on Romans, but every race needs a space, and there is not much space, to be honest. Might be a bit problematic.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. You probably are already a little bit in trouble with setting up a good forest as a Roman player, because the space is quite constricted with all those stone fields around, and then also the desert. So getting up to a higher sawmill count would be hard. But then again, on the I'm watching on Venice mode position at the moment. Towards the south side, you also have a few forests which you will have to cut down anyway, and thus you should be able to maintain like a few sawmills at least.
But there's a good part of it. Your forest won't get fucked. Not at all.
Yeah,
It's on the good side. It's gonna work till the end of the game.
yeah, that's definitely true and very helpful.
I, I'm really looking forward how actually players will deal with the forest in front of the mountain. It has to be cut, I would say. It's like potentially very good spot for the heavy industry.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it should be one of the priorities. Mayans, I don't think they have. Usually Mayans plays like with 5, 6 farms, right? So there's no way they can cut it down to this moment. But Romans are not that late with heavy industry compared to Mayans. Don't mistake me if I'm wrong.
Well, turns out I'm a shitter Roman player, and the good Roman players actually have the heavy industry very fast. So yeah, I see what you mean. Like for Romans, it will take a little bit of time to get in that area, to place the first woodcutters and cut it down, and you have to. There's no other way on this map because the mountain is kind of cutting you off from more space to the outside, and that's the reason why you have to make very efficient use of the space you have at your hands at the beginning or in the first like 60 minutes before you are able to expand more freely towards the outside.
Have you counted the stone fields? It's 1, 2, 1.5, another half. It's like 3 and something.
Yeah.
Okay, this is tricky for Mayans. I know that from experience.
Yeah.
Three stone fields is very tricky with Mayans.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I think you have a very good spawning from the stone fields. Like looking into Ereba, we see that all the stone fields are very close to each other. So you have a very easy job to reach all of them. And then also your desert is very close to your river, so you will definitely have the opportunity to incorporate mana in your gameplay and to get access to stone curse later on in the game. So I think
I don't know if you have noticed, but I watched Ereba at the start, and I really hate the idea he didn't start with a house. Like small house into 5 stonecutters with Mayans is like a dream start position.
yeah, I'm not sure if the small house starting meta already has caught up to a lot of players. I think it's still kind of new, and yeah, it's like the old school style how he's doing it, but
Oh,
yeah.
this is the old school. Interesting. Well, I don't know anything about old school. I'm quite new to the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that old, but let's say until half a year or a year ago, small houses at the beginning were not a thing until our dear prophet Fotor introduced it to us. And yeah, now a lot of civs may make use of it. But yeah, we can see that his iron smelter is already coming up. Timing is quite fast, even though he didn't go for the small houses. But on the other hand, he doesn't have his full wood industry yet. So he may struggle a little bit with wood in a few minutes once he has to place his mines.
Oh, but Ereba is making effort to the forest I was talking to about the game at the beginning of the game. I like it.
Yeah,
Hope he reads the spot very well.
yeah. Let's have a look what's in the mountains so far, and we see an iron mine. I think unfortunately for Ereba, it's a little bit out of reach from the tower he has to build, and I would really love if his pioneers would just pioneer this iron mine very shortly, because building a second tower now as mains will be a little bit too late, and this two smith would run idle because of that. But let's see, maybe he gets lucky and he finds another iron mine. But yeah, looks like there's a stone field coming up and no iron for him.
I think he plays with 25 builders, doesn't he?
Well, I didn't exactly count them, but
Me too. I'm just looking at it and I see 5 geologists only.
yeah.
Kinda.
But that's right. Does he have hammers left? I think he hasn't.
Uh,
So yeah, could be.
I
Which wouldn't be too fortunate. But yeah, maybe he will realize it, make some of them back, and then get his geologist. There's kind of a lot of mountain to search through, so playing with 5 geologists definitely won't work here in the long run.
Yeah, you were right about the iron mine just on the edge.
Yeah, and he
And
places
there
another
comes the tower.
But yeah, it will take a while, and we can definitely expect the iron smelter to go idle. Alright, let's check over to Wolfitess. Yeah, it's Wolfitess, our green player. And yeah, to nobody's surprise, Roman player still busy building up his wood industry when the main toolsmith is already running. So let's check how he's doing it. Little bit of a wild forest coming up over here. Is it?
Oh, there is a double iron mine actually, at least at Vanas.
Ah.
That's
Yeah, if you see that now and send your pioneers over there now, then you would be in time to take that one.
I mean, I think it's double.
Yeah, it's definitely, or should be good. I will go for it, definitely.
Oh,
Alright, since we are now in Venice land, let's check what's happening here. He's also just finishing up his last woodcutter just now. I think the forest at the beginning wasn't that thick, so the Roman players got a little bit delayed due to that. But yeah, I think he kind of made too many stonecutters too fast. So yeah, he has a lot of lot of excess stone at the moment, and he could instead have had his last woodcutters a little bit earlier if he delays them.
Yeah, but I mean, when you build your stone houses like this, you can always like pre-store, let's say, some stones by pre-digging. I don't know if Vanas is a guy who likes to play with prior. So
I
then
think
he
he
can
does.
delay his later stone cutters. As I said, I'm not Roman expert, but I would say minute 10 for a Toolsmith is quite late for a Roma player.
Yeah, can confirm. Every time my two smiths is later than minute 8, I get flamed by Slayer every time, and yeah, I don't know how to do it. It's completely dark magic for me. But yeah, two smiths is coming up, but let's compare it to the other players. Oh yeah, comparing to Lemon, we already see a working two smiths, so first tool is already being made. Did he skip something for that? I think he didn't.
That's 3 stone cutters only.
Yeah. Yeah, at least
Well,
wood-wise, maybe foresters were, like the forest on the left, might have been a little bit late. But yeah, so far so good. Everything is running. And let's find out. Like, he's got that one iron mine, but just barely didn't take the double iron mine on the top of the mountain. And I think he doesn't have pioneers close to take it.
Well, I see Ereba building this bad mine just at the beginning of the mountain. This might not end well.
Yeah, I think what he's doing is that he builds it so he gets a little bit of iron until the tower finishes, but the tower looks to be in shatters at the moment, and I don't know what's going on here. Like maybe the stonecutters.
I think lack of wood actually.
Yeah, should be. Or is it stone? I don't know.
I think it's wood.
It should be wood at least. But yeah, it would make sense if it's wood. We already talked about it, that he was kind of limited with his wood production, as he only started with 3 to 4 woodcutters before his two smith. And yeah, it's showing its effects now, and the mines are very delayed for him. So yeah, he's advancing along the stone field, already added a few more stone cutters, also already shuffling a few jumps. I'm not sure about the wood, like I hope he would play with priority in that case, because now wood is already getting carried to the farms while the mines are still not getting built.
Yeah, I think it's not fan of priority.
Yeah. Might be possible. And
I mean, I can't imagine playing without priority with any rate. With Mayans, it's like the shortest period of time you have to use priority in my eyes. But with Romans and other races, for me, it's like mission impossible to play without prior. What do you think?
I think it is possible, looking at players like Slayer, for example, but you need a very different style. Like you can't really pre-shuffle stuff, but you can also work around that, and I think both styles definitely have their merits.
Should make like a guide how to play with prior. You are good at it.
Definitely not, but I will send that task towards Max, and he can answer that guide. So yeah, mines are slowly finishing up. Like one coal mine is full now. The shit iron mine, or at least we think it will be shit iron mine, is finished. But we can already see the iron smelter already smelted through all the iron, and yeah, we will have to see how good the iron mine will hold up until he gets access to the next one. So it looks to be building kind of a big forest. Like he's already on 9 woodcutters over here. And yeah. Doesn't look too fluid though. Like if you don't play with priority, you kind of have to take your time and not shuffle too many buildings, so your buildings actually get a chance to finish up. So yeah, let's move over to Wolfitess again after we got interrupted over there last time. So his toolsmith finished up, and he also did take the iron mine at the bottom of the mountain, so he might also feel the pain soon, as iron could become a problem. But yeah, we will see. Also, quite interestingly, the double iron mine for him doesn't really exist. Like it
For whom?
for Wolfitess, for the green player. Think looks at least it would look kind of horrible, but I think it's also part of the snow generation, which is very different on
Yes,
mirror
possibly. But the question is if he actually plays it, if it's gonna work as a double. That's a good question. Has to, right? Like, I don't know this mine theory or anything about mines, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know how the snow will interact with this now. If the snow not being there just doesn't have effect on the mountain, or if the snow being there means that also the resources in the mountain are getting deleted. So yeah, no idea. We should ask some knowledgeable people in the chat. Doesn't affect says Slayer, so he's the world champion, so he's right. Okay, apart from that, he's building up his wood industry for now. He's on 4 sawmills at the moment, and yeah, we see 4 farms being placed towards the desert. Kind of wished he would, I don't know if it would make a difference, but if he places the farms a little bit closer towards the desert, he could make a little bit more use of space. But then again, the buildings he placed behind the farms already seem to take all the space between the farms and the river, so even if he goes a few centimeters more towards the left, he probably wouldn't still be able to place any more meaningful buildings between the farms and the river, so it's fine.
Maybe like a fisher.
Yeah, like everything counts. As we already said, the space is quite limited at the beginning over on this position, and every little building would help. Okay, he's also moving towards the top and placing a hunter over there. I like that a lot. Should be a lot of animals available, and also the first forester. I think after he built this one tower, the shufflers are running to at the moment. He will place like 2 or 3 woodcutters over there and cut down the forest. With how many woodcutters would you cut down these kind of forests? Like, would you go for 2, 3, 4? For those 2?
I think like the forest in this, I don't know how to call it, not peninsula. The forest, the forest closer to the mountain.
Yeah.
Definitely 3. Like, I would like to get rid of it extremely fast as possible. Like,
yeah.
Second forest maybe with 1, 2 at max.
Yeah, I would like that a lot, and I would do it the same way. So yeah,
I wanted to say that it's no gold position, but I'm very wrong. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold mines at least in the reach of 1 tower. Like it.
Yeah, at Wolfitess we can see how this would check out, and yeah, this middle mine seems to be double as well, and yeah, that should be very good for the players.
The question is if he's gonna build. Oh, but I wanted to ask. There is like a stone mine. It looks very good at every player. Would you use it as romance or like not at all?
It depends how you want to play it. Like we already established, we probably have 3 and a little bit of stone fields, and for Romans, or at least for my style of Romans, that would be enough until peacetime. But afterwards, you want to get access to stone again. And the next stone is probably very far on the bottom or the top side of the map, at the mirror axis. And
The more important thing is it's completely not on the way of building. So
yeah,
it's
definitely.
like going for that. It's like a big commitment, extremely big commitment.
Yeah, and yeah, even like also because of that, like the other stone fields are far away, and also this stone mine will be double, will probably work close to 100%, I would expect. So you just build that one stone mine and it will probably carry you through the longest part of the game on its own. But you have to calculate it into your build. It will need bread for the whole game, and you may have to build one more farm because of that. Right, we see Wolfitess pioneering at the iron mine at the moment. Let's see how good they managed to take it. So he probably got the message from his teammate that there is this iron mine, but yeah, he seems to be.
I actually don't think that he's pioneering the mine. I think that he sent it to get the gold mine. He built the tower, and pioneers just went there after the. That's my theory. I don't know if it's correct.
Yeah, I was wondering. Doesn't at
I
least
mean,
it doesn't look good.
if I were playing his position, I wouldn't even care about this iron mine if I see it like this.
But yeah, he seems to be the only player who got scammed by the snow. Like every other player seems to have this iron mine. They have it very decently, and also it's you can realize it's a double iron mine. Whereas at Wolfitess you ain't realizing shit because it's looking so bad. But yeah, let's see what he does with his pioneers. So the farms are finishing up. 2 are already finished. The next one should also be done soon. So 4 farms for now, which is yeah. If he doesn't make more than that, it's basically like the minimum amount you can make. He's already making 1 pig farm, 1 mill, 3 bakeries are shuffled so far, and yeah, looks like he wants to start with a little smaller amount of farms into the heavy industry. Do you like that approach?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing against Mayan, so I think he has to take it smaller to defend, to be able even to think about defending.
Yeah.
Big approach against Mayans is kind of not the best.
But
unless you are sure you are not gonna screw it up and you are gonna actually reach your goal.
Yeah, other people.
As you said in the past, like the bigger you are, the bigger you go, the higher risk you take with the screw ups.
Yeah, and you're casting with one person who's screwing up a lot lately with bigger builds. So I know everything about that.
Those are your words, mate. I remember. Those were one of the first words you told me when we were discussing strategies back in the days.
Yeah. What the fuck? What happened to me? It sounds so smart. Why am I playing such stupid builds now lately?
I still have it in the back of my head.
Yeah. What can I say? But yeah, looks to be for farms. I think it's definitely at the lower spectrum of low farm counts when you let your farm counts go from anywhere between 0 and 10 or even more. And yeah, he's already placing heavy industry buildings. So that's his idea. Wants to be very fast into his first production buildings. He's making 1 big house here. I think that's fine for starting into heavy industry that early. Should have enough settlers. He's also getting 2 more medium houses, so settlers wise it should be fine. So yeah.
But I really don't like the idea of less than 7 farms. I think like 7 farms with 7 farms built is like a minimum you should get. But also they have like a lake very close. River is fine, I guess, so they can always use some fish.
But yeah, definitely, even if you let iron run through your fish, then still your bread will become an issue very, very quickly, as you only have 1 mil, and because of that, effectively, you will only have 2.5 kind of bakeries at your disposal.
I think when people play those small builds, they very often underproduce, maybe not underproduce, but overbuild heavy industry for what they have. So they have to like invest into additional farms right after heavy industry, and usually this is the time the settler fuck up kicks in.
Yeah.
I want to see if anyone is gonna deal with it very, very well. I have doubts, but I hope I will be wrong.
Yeah, have trust. These are. I don't want to say
can't do
very
it.
very experienced players, but they have experience. But yeah,
I can't do it, so that's why like I have doubts. That's why I have some doubts.
yeah, we will keep an eye on that. So looking at Lemon, I think we see more of the same. He's also going for the 4 farm approach with Romans. But one thing we see in his settlement is probably a little lack of settlers at the moment. Let's see. I think it should
Definitely,
be.
yes.
I don't see anything standing around. So yeah, he has some houses close to be finishing up, and then he would be fine. But then again, if he wants to start with heavy industry kind of soon, those 75 more settlers are definitely not enough still, and he needs to add some more houses before he can go into his heavy industry.
Yeah, but how RNG won't screw with him about houses. Well, I don't think he plays with Prio. Might be wrong. Or maybe he does.
I think he does. Like, otherwise there would already have been some stones gotten carried to the heavy industry buildings. So
I can't see a single player who's rushing for gold in this game. Like, gold count at this very point, it's minute 27 almost. Like, I can see only 1 gold point by each player. This is not good. Like, they are gonna lack gold, I would say. Even though there's like 1-2 towers and you get like 7 or 6 gold mines, I still think it's way not enough.
yeah. I see what you mean. Like, for Mayans, I don't have an excuse, but then Romans doesn't play like Mayans or Trojans, which you are a huge fan of. And you are a little bit slower with your gold mines, but yeah, it definitely doesn't have to be that slow. So you definitely have
But
a
I
point.
think you are wrong. I played many games with the General, and I could see Max as well, but like... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's watching tower. Like, sorry. I got disturbed by a building on the barrier. I thought it was tower, but I guess it's watchtower. But continuing, like, I played a lot of games with the General, with Max not really, but those guys are really fast to the gold mines, and they actually build immediately. They build them immediately. Like with Mayans or Trojans with Vikings, like you are usually playing with double gold mines when you see that there is not many gold mines in reach very fast. So it's kind of easier. With Romans, I don't know how to place it. I actually don't know how to place proper gold mine with any race. I just do it and it works.
Yeah. Yeah, with Romans it's a little bit more tricky, but yeah. So yeah, they're definitely a little bit late, but yeah, for Lemon the gold mines are coming up. Venice is also now placing some of those gold mines. Ereba still has to build a tower, and Wolfitess also is placing a few gold mines. So yeah, most of the players are catching up to that position now.
Someone was watching my streams, I think, because Ereba plays 7 farms with Mayans.
Ah, nice. But I have to say it's kind of an LA old school style, because
Okay.
that's what I told Like I told, if you want a solid main build, then just do that. And meanwhile, when I play mains, I do some stupid other shit and lose horribly. But yeah, I think like it's very solid, very middle of the ground kind of build, and should be good on this kind of map.
Oh, I have a question. Maybe you will give me an answer to that. This his gold farm, Ereba gold farm, is full. I remember some time ago, when I started playing, I know there was a bug with storaging pigs, goats, and other animals. Is it still in the game, or you can storage it?
No, you can't storage it, and it's also not a bug. It's not intended. Like
Why it's not intended? It's
well,
a good.
we have a heart for animals. Also, Generalen, I have a question for you. Are you vegan?
Hell no.
Okay, I don't want to go further here, but yeah, we have a heart for animal, even though we shoot them in the forests and kill them horribly in our pig farms, goat farms, and sheep farms. But yeah, at least we don't put them in storages, and it's fine. But yeah, one thing I'm seeing, the slaughterhouse is coming up now, but he's also building a second goat farm, which I really, really don't like for Mayans that early in the game.
I don't think he has. He's going very heavy for meat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fast enough for you to build the one goat farm, like even store some wheat and then go for second goat farm after heavy industry, I would say.
Yeah,
But
that's exactly
I
how
think
I
as
feel.
long with Mayans, as long as you don't have lack of settlers, which I'm very experienced with, is all Gucci. I think I mean, your score at peacetime.
Yeah, we will have to keep an eye on that, how he distributes his grain. Like, if he puts it fully on the two goat farms, then he will definitely run into lack of coal very fast because his two mills are not going to work. If he has his grain going to the mills, then it's probably fine. But we should see that the second goat farm won't be working a whole lot, and yeah, he definitely isn't that efficient to build it that early. But let's see. Maybe he wants to add some more farms after this. After all, he's on 7 farms just now. Could always add some more. One thing I see from him is he plays the market, so trading with his ally is on the cards, and Venice also is adding a market in the forest. So trade route is going to get established over here.
But I can see only very small builds. But holy shit, those gold mines are insane.
Yeah, I think.
At least they look like this on the left side of the map.
Yeah, they're probably still normal mines and not double, but yeah, they're full normal mines. One thing I'm just realizing here in Vanasmode settlement, he went for a second two-smith as Romans, which is yeah. I mean,
No.
it's a
Oh no, he
choice.
was talking to Senna. He was talking to Senna.
Yeah, can you tell me about the performance of these kind of builds towards peacetime?
Towards peacetime, I mean, the scores are usually between 19 and 50.
Mm-hmm.
Once you like completely forget about second tools, suddenly scores are getting way better. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
but actually Senna still plays double toolsmith. I have to tell you.
Yeah, I think he has the style now where he builds a second toolsmith for like a few minutes and then crushes it again, which doesn't get into my head. I think it's not too good, but yeah, who am
Buddy,
I to
I
discuss the
convinced
quality of
him.
Roman builds?
I convinced him to have soldiers at peacetime. If he builds the second toolsmith for a few minutes and have soldiers at peacetime, I'm not gonna stop him. Trust me.
You convinced him to live. What an achievement.
It's like a mission impossible achieved.
Yeah. But looking at his economy, he has two toolsmiths, but then I only see 5 sawmills at the moment. So the ratio from material he can
There's the
build
sixth
buildings
one
with.
coming.
Okay. Okay, so we'll be on 6, but still, I would argue that that count is still too low to justify second two Smith, because very, very soon he will have up to like 40 shufflers, 40 builders, and yeah, he won't have any material to build his buildings. What do you think?
Ugh, hard for me to talk about. I've never played with double toolsmith with Romans, to be honest. Like, this is the only race I haven't played with double toolsmith yet. But I think you are completely right. It's like 7 must be a minimum, I would say. Like when I play Vikings, for me, 9 fully working sawmills are usually as well not enough if I decide to go for second toolsmith.
Mm-hmm.
Romans, I don't know. I would. There is a 7th one actually. Is he listening to us?
Well,
He
he's
plays the
catching up.
7th one.
But at the moment, you can also need it because in his main forest, the last woodcutter on the right side is already full. I think that one will get taken care of with one newly built sawmill below the forest. But then his woodcutters on the left side, cutting down the forest in front of the mountain, they're all full, and they definitely need another saw to make use of the logs. I maybe would have liked if he placed the sawmill kind of close to those woodcutters, so they would have a guarantee to get the logs taken away from there instead of his main forest. But I think over time, all the woodcutters will start working again.
I'm sorry, you have to take over for a minute or two.
Right. So, yeah, let's go to Lemon. So, Lemon got out of his lack of settlers and is establishing his heavy industry now. First gold smelters are finishing up, and weaponsmiths are also coming. 4 farms, it is for him. He has a fish storage. Greetings to my dear friend Macronix, who's in the chat. And I think he will love the view of this. Like, oh shit, there's a hammer inside, so not the best fish storage I've ever seen, but it's good enough. So yeah, a lot of fish to compensate the lack of farms. He's building more settlers, so I like that a lot. Will be able to sustain some more heavy industry. And yeah, I wonder how much heavy industry he will build. Like, I have ideas how much heavy industry to build on like 6, 7 farms for Romans, but on 4, not so much. I think you probably don't want to go higher than, let's say, 6 weaponsmiths and 9 gold smelters with that. But yeah, not sure. Maybe with fish you can rise a little bit over that count again, but then you really have to hurry up with placing your additional farms and get your farm count up to sustain the food production for the mines. Right, he towered over the mountain and is expanding on the other side. Looking at the other players, Venice is expanding along this side of the mountain. Didn't go here yet, but he's also working on that. Ereba took a very long way over here. Wonder why he did it. But yeah, it's probably fine. He can make this tower, then maybe place a tower here, and thus advance to all the sides. And Wolfitess is also slowly advancing over this side and doesn't have pioneers actually in the back to the right of his mountain, so he may struggle a little bit with access to mines. But then again, he's here on this side of the mountain, where he's also finding some more gold mines again. So yeah, gold on this position definitely not an issue. Looking at his heavy industry, coal seems to be a little bit tight. Like, for the moment the buildings are working, but now that another weaponsmith and soon another weaponsmith and iron smelter are gonna finish up, I think the gold smelters will run dry of coal again. And looking at his coal mine count, we can see he only has 6 at the moment, 7th coming up, and I think it's barely enough to run this amount of buildings, but he definitely needs more coal mines very soon. He could place some in the top over here and here. Maybe this one not so much. Another gold mine, by the way. So yeah, players floating in gold. So I'm very excited how Venice will play this out after his kind of big eco approach. He placed a few more big houses in the north after he stabilized the settlers count with a lot of medium houses in the south side on this line. I think his toolsmiths are not really running at the moment. And yeah, iron bars at the smelters are stockpiling up. I think it's a little bit unfortunate. I think looking at his buildings, stone might be a little bit of an issue. There's a lot of wood coming at the moment. There are stones on the construction sites. Like maybe it will just finish up in time, but usually you kind of want to play with a lot more stones and let the wood be the last material to finish up the buildings. But yeah, let's see. Stone cutter count is 3, 6, 7, 8. Wait, does he only have 8 stone? 8 stone cutters only? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's not so much. And yeah, looking at that, we see what's going on. I think in this kind of positions at the beginning of the game, you just build this kind of tower a lot earlier, and then just blindly place stonecutter over here, here, and here, and basically you are set for the rest of the game. Because these stonecutters, even though they might be lying full for a long time, as they are not, as they don't get the carry jobs, like the stones will lie there a lot if you, and only if you really need a lot of stones will get taken by them. Otherwise the stones will mainly be taken from these closer stone cutters. But it still means that you have a little bit of stone storage inside your stone cutters, and yeah, you won't run into a lack of stones with that technique for a longer time. So yeah, now stone is probably holding him a little bit back with his timing on heavy industry, and yeah, as we have already reached minute 40, it's definitely time. And as we already established, the other team is very quick into heavy industry and will definitely have some stuff out at peacetime. For Lemon, we already see probably all in all like 1 storage with gold bars and weapons done already. And Wolfitess, kind of the same. Now, as we talked about, welcome back.
I'm back. Thank you, sorry.
Yeah, currently looking at Wolfitess settlement, and as I said a few minutes ago, coal ran out now, and it's even so critical that the goldsmiths are not running, and even the weaponsmiths are running dry at the moment. But as the smelters are also not running, I think at least the weaponsmiths will recover soon again. But yeah, a lot of production capabilities are getting lost here for him for now.
There's not many coal mines like in the reach at the very beginning.
Yeah, I think it's just on the edge of the mountain, and then you really had the task to expand a lot. But I think once the players reached the mountainside towards the teammate, there would have been a lot of coal mines to take, and at least Wolfitess is just doing that now. And yeah, other players are slowly getting there. And I think best coal mine count is probably in Vanasmode settlement at the moment. But as we already established, his lack of stone is kind of ruining the advancement of his heavy industry
Holy
for the
shit,
moment.
but it might be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like Lemon, like honestly, I don't know Lemon and Wolfitess, but I know Ereba and Vanas. I would put them as the favorites. But like when I look at Vanas, he might have problems to get to a decent count at peacetime of soldiers when if Lemon actually stays on what he has, he doesn't have much, but he has something. I think he can reach like 150 plus soldiers and maybe make a move after peacetime.
Yeah, definitely. Like the stone count for Vanasmode will just recover very slowly. Let's see. I think, yeah, Ereba is sending him some stones over the market. So the main player got a sandstone to your Roman player. You love to see it. But yeah, maybe that will help Venice out a little bit to get first buildings done. And maybe he will manage to get to, let's say, 6 weaponsmiths at minute 50. And then you kind of would be able to also get close to 100 and a little bit soldiers until peacetime, which might be enough to stay alive against what Lemon and Wolfitess have at the moment. But yeah, definitely looks very grim for now for Vanasmode.
I think we have Senna's barracks from was it from Lemon? I love it.
Yeah, but the difference is he's starting very early with recruiting, and that one barracks is probably still enough because of that. And yeah, that's the difference towards Senna, because Senna's only starting recruiting minute 57, and then, yeah, there's...
Not anymore, I would like to say. Not anymore.
Yeah, he is a changed man.
Yes.
We have to give him credit.
He changed.
All right.
People say men never change, and there is a proof.
It takes time.
Wait until tournament is over, and we are gonna go back all the way, baby.
Yeah, and maybe something dramatic will happen, and we will see some more Senna barracks and late recruitment later in the tournament. I'm definitely looking out for that. So, looking at Ereba settlement to the main player, his heavy industry seems to be running, so coal not an issue for now.
Iron is an issue.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's surprising because I looked at the mountain and I saw very, very good mines.
Yeah, there's also, I can see below Ereba Snow, there's a very good double iron mine. You should definitely try to pioneer that one. And yeah, the question is, for the moment he doesn't have many iron mines, but he probably should cycle out that one iron mine from the beginning, which probably doesn't have too many percents of efficiency.
I really don't like this option in spectating mode in Settlers 4. That you, I don't know if we can call it spectating mode, that you can't check many things in the settlement. Like, for example, the performance of the mines.
Yeah.
I really would like that to be implemented somehow.
Yeah, it's definitely important information, but then again, we are also professional casters, so we don't need help. We have our own eyes, our own ad.
Yeah, I see a 20% mine over there, definitely.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Spitting the facts. And how can they say the opposite, that this mine doesn't have more or does have more than 20%?
Oh, heavy industry is finishing at Vanas quite late. I would say quite very late.
Yeah, but as I said, if he gets a big amount of buildings now, then they can catch up a little bit with soldiers. Like, I think he won't overtake Lemon or Wolfitess until peacetime, but even if he only gets 100 soldiers, that could still be enough to defend. But let's see. If we zoom out, I think there probably isn't really a preference which player you would want to attack if you want to attack. There's a lot of open space in the middle, and it's good for a start of the attack to kind of go in the middle and then decide where to go from there if you have more than the enemy. But it can also be very dangerous because you still have to go very far to either player's barracks. And until you get a fight, a lot of time will go by, and until then, the defenders will have some more troops out. So I could see that probably the right team would take map control, but I think the very big push will be seen with Sabos at 75.
I don't know. With the small bits, they are they decided to play. I don't think there is like taking map control. I don't think it's worth it. Like for me, it's either all in or you are dead. Or
Yeah, that's probably true. I'm not
like
really used to this, to this kind of very
even
long
if you play
distance.
something between, like as I mentioned before, like 7 farms is for me something like between.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your crazy 11 farms build with whatever.
Nope.
It's not also the 5 farm. 7 is like a perfect amount, I think. Something you go for between. Like if you notice with your spies that you have a like you are sure you have an advantage over your enemy, then you go attack at peacetime or right after once your, let's say, combat power your wish is done.
Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely right. I also like 7. 7 is very good. Only 9 might be a little bit better, but that's another topic.
But
Right.
9 is quite hard to execute.
It definitely is. You have to be a good player, and I'm definitely not belonging to that at the moment. But yeah,
But
I'm working on
nine
it.
farms, 9 farms is. I think when you have 9 farms, you probably go for 3 pig farms or whatever.
Yes,
I don't
exactly.
know how it's called. So yeah, basically, uh, yeah, like okay, iron mines are not good, so I need 9 farm. But what if you had like 4 or 5 double iron mines? Like I think they had it there. So is the 9 farm build still good?
Haters would say, of course, it's not good, but I would do it anyway because I have no brain and I don't think about having double iron mines.
Okay, fair point, fair point.
Yeah. So every player except Venice has recruited already. Let's see if they got everything out. I think yeah, Wolfitess is close to it. Lemon also kind of close. Second barracks also finished up. And let's see. He seems to be lacking a little bit with weapons, so he has a lot of gold bars left at the moment. But maybe it's not that bad, so he might be able to build a set of beautifications before he wants to attack. And that can be also very helpful. I'm a little bit surprised that he is kind of swimming in fish still. Not sure if I don't know, the hunters were extremely good. Like he has a lot of meat, I think, for only having one pig farm, and I think yeah, the one hunter got a lot of meat for him. So the fish all wasn't that needed yet.
Oh, 4 weaponsmith. I haven't seen that build yet, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely not a build endorsed by the very good players, but it gets soldiers out and the opportunity to punish opponents which don't have soldiers out. Let's see. We have 2 and 4. Yeah. So both of them, Lemon and Wolfitess, are above 100 soldiers now. Ereba is a little bit, very few soldiers behind with 104. And then we have Venice with only 44 at the moment. And I think that's all the weapons he had. So he will trail a solid 50 soldiers behind for the moment. But on the other hand, he has 2 weaponsmiths more running at the moment. And with 7 minutes left, that would be let's calculate. 7, 2, 4, 7, 30 weapons. He can catch up until peacetime roundabout. And yeah, he won't be equal to them, but he won't be that far behind.
But they are also expanding, aren't they? At least food so far.
Yeah, let's see where they're going. Food, you say? You mean Lemon and Wolfie, right?
Uh-huh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, for Lemon we
I can
have...
see from green, I can see 8 farms already standing, already working.
Ah. Yeah, and also
Well, Green is
knights on the top
expanding
side.
with his eco. Let's see what he can get.
Yeah, definitely aiming for a little bit longer game.
But lack of settlers,
Settlers,
unfortunately.
yeah, I was just wondering where they were hiding, and some of them are hiding in the houses, but at least the big house is finishing up now, and he's building
That
some
might
medium
save him.
houses. Let's see. Takes a lot of time until the settlers are out of a big house, which, yeah,
Yes, I
finished now.
hate that in this game sometimes. Like you have to predict the amount of settlers you will need very, very often.
Yeah, or you need a set amount of big houses at certain stages of the game, and you just do it and don't have to worry.
I really would like them to push at peacetime, but I don't think they will. Like I see at Ereba and at Vanas, everything's working fine. When they actually started pretty well, uh, they have some problems. I don't think the amount of that eco is enough to, like, unless you build it at like minute, I don't know, 25, let's say it's finished and starts working, then you can reach a decent number at peacetime, but I don't think that will be enough.
Yeah, definitely. Like maybe Lemon will be able to get close to 200, but yeah, won't definitely be more. But yeah, on the other hand, we have to watch out how the gold ore situation is, for example, and okay, Lemon definitely has a lot of gold ore still in his storage. For Venice, okay, Venice we see a lot of storage is full. It's like the
Venice definitely won't have a problem with gold for the next 10 to 15 minutes.
yeah, it's like the low good style we like to play. We build every gold mine, we build endless amount of storages, and then we just hope that the game actually lasts close to 3 hours, so we can make use of it. Which probably won't happen here today. And
Like
yeah,
Sabos 75 force you to play smaller, definitely.
yeah, you need troops out to defend yourself at that point in time.
As you said, taking possession at peacetime is very important. Maybe not on this map because like front is wide open.
But yeah, then again, the front is still important because all the stonecutters are there. Like looking at Ereba, for example, a lot of stonecutters are still left in that area. And as we established, there is yeah, not that many other stone fields he can take. He just reached one stone field behind his mountain, so eventually he can start building some over there. But yeah, definitely occupying that area would be a thing. Also, I don't know how if you can block the stonecutter with your soldiers if you make them dance in front of the entrance. I think you probably should be able to do that. I think we have to ask an expert like Slayer for that in the chat. So
All the tricks hated by players, ask Slayer.
yeah, that's what we have him here for. So yeah, in that kind of sense, there are a lot of blockable buildings kind of close towards the enemy border. So might be a target if they don't want to commit into a fight. But then again, we see Lemon posturing kind of aggressively inside this forest up at the front. Let's see, Wolfitess is still chilling in the back, and if they want to go, then Wolfie should be moving forward by now to join them up.
He just got out from his lack of settlers. He still has some to recruit, but yeah, you are right. He should be already at the border.
Yeah, looking at his mines, he's already lacking bread, and his gold smelters are empty from coal at the moment. So his production will take a little bit of a hit for now. Let's see, bakeries. He has 3 in the south. He has 5. No, 6. 6 probably just finished up. And yeah, they should be able to recover the bread for the amount of coal mines he has. But I think he definitely has to expand on the number of mines.
But I think for every player now comes the lack of space. Maybe not for Ereba, but I think it starts to get like very annoying to build your houses all around your settlement.
Yeah, I think it will be very important to crush houses once you have started recruiting, so you can save a little bit of space with that way, and yeah, you definitely have to get towards the outside. Ereba did a very good job at that. Like he expanded kind of excessively, basically in every direction, and he almost has too much space at his hands for now. And yeah, the other Roman players are a little bit more restricted for now. So yeah, we are finishing up towards peacetime. Let's get the actual results. Give me an update game. Alright. Vanasmode made it to 120 soldiers after his heavy industry got very much delayed. Ereba very close to 200 with 198, and on the other side we basically see the same. Wolfitess with 177 and Lemon with 181. So for now, advantage to the right team, but yeah, the advantage isn't that huge, and we will see how if they can make it count to have a little bit more soldiers for now.
But I really would like to say that good job from the right team. I didn't expect them to play like they maybe not play flawless, but like stable. I like it.
Yeah, also they brought the economy into a stable place now. Like the farm amount is good enough for the mines they have. They just have to take a little bit of care. Like Wolfitess, for example, I hope that his extra bread won't go into a stone mine, for example, now. So he actually puts it into coal. Let's see for Lemon. Okay, he started putting fish into his coal mines, and his fish storage is still equally as full as it was before. So Macronix probably still happy seeing that. But yeah, fish at coal mine will definitely mean that yeah, fish will be used a lot from now. Let's see, did he expand his farms? He has 3 more, 4th one coming up, and yeah, think he definitely needs the fish support for his amount of mines. He has a little bit more than Wolfitess, I think. So the two of them are grouping up in the middle, and yeah, just meeting now. Combat power wise, we have Lemon at 102 and Wolfie at 106. So at least Wolfie is very close to the spike. Let's see if Lemon is building beautifications, and he is. So they're probably just waiting for the 107 spike, and they could start to make a go.
I'm very disappointed that I cast a game from LA boys and I don't see any screwing up with your enemy with the swords. I'm very disappointed.
Well, they are saving it up for better opportunities, but yeah, let's see. Ereba did make some swords, but yeah, Ereba has some swords, but they are defensively in his on the left, on the south. But yeah, let's focus on the move. Yeah, they're moving through the middle between the opponents, and yeah, now the question is, how do Ereba and Venice want to tackle that? Like, do they want to group up also kind of in the middle and then give the enemy a fight? Or do they want it that one player stays defensively in his land and the other player flanks them from behind? which is probably the more complicated fight, but also the more rewarding fight if you do it well. So
I think Ereba will most likely try to get outside the land, like between them, and fight with the better combat power. He has 1-7, right? Yes.
I just
1-7.
realized the combat power amounts I just listed a few minutes or two ago were the wrong ones. They were for the first team, and yeah, doesn't
Mistakes
change
were
the
made.
fact. Yeah, I'm a professional caster. I admit my mistakes, and yeah, Lemon, as we said, is building beautifications. But yeah, it's a question. Like, they are very close towards the enemy now, and if they don't want to take a fight until they have their combat power spikes, then they probably have to go back a little bit, because they could get jumped any moment now, while they don't have the 107% yet. But they seem to be determined. They are walking straight towards the tower. First level 1 soldiers are making contact at the barracks now. And Ereba is moving in position from the south. And let's see, there are actually a lot of buildings where the right team has to go through. So Venice has a very good line to defend, while Ereba will have free reign on the southern side of the fight. And this could end up very badly for the attacking team right now. So the engagement is starting at Venice Barracks. I think the line is kind of equal for the moment. They're fighting with the same combat power as attacker and defender. But now Ereba is pushing in very heavily from the south, and Wolfitess has to retreat. And he probably also has to retreat the soldiers fighting at the barracks, because yeah, that
Fighting
position
is very, very bad.
Yeah. And Venice is also flanking a little bit with swords, where there were not that many archers. There's some counter
Yeah,
swords
but
coming
there are
from the
also
top.
swords come. Yes, exactly.
So yeah, Ereba is taking a full fight now. If he wants to stay committed, then Venice should definitely crush the Stonecutter for him. I think if he does that and also crush the medium house, it's fine. And yeah, I think they should probably clean it up here. At least that's my prediction.
Yes, definitely. Ereba is taking a very good fight.
Yeah. Also, you can't forget that Ereba has a lot of mana at his disposal, so he's probably able
There's
to.
a priest coming.
Yeah. But I think he will be kind of late. Like, once he arrives, there's nothing left to make into butterflies. And yeah, Ereba really wrecked that fight, and now they want to retreat. But yeah, retreating out of this position with Ereba already having some kind of flank will be very hard. So I expect them to lose like 30-40 soldiers more from here. I would just like that both players ult the soldiers behind the enemy soldiers and force them to turn around and fight. So let's have a look around if anything else is happening here on the map. Don't see much. I think there isn't. It's just this one push, which is getting pushed back now. And butterflies while retreating. Not. I mean, you probably can do it. I personally wouldn't do it, because these soldiers are kind of toast anyway. And I think you want to make use of your butterfly spell when it actually has an impact on the fight, and now it's just like taking away a few soldiers, but there won't be a fight anytime soon, as the right team will run as far as they can. So looking at the fights, let's check. We have around 250 kills for Ereba in Venice, and only 150 kills for Lemon and Wolfitess, so they traded up. Venice and Ereba traded up by 100 soldiers, and yeah, now the bigger production from both of them is kicking in. Ereba has 250 soldiers on the map, Venice also has 200, while the enemy team are both in the 150s at the moment.
I don't think they should chase him. I think they should left like Vanas to chase them and Ereba just to start attacking already. Like their advantage is like very visible.
Yeah, I think chasing is kind of fine as you were following the enemy towards his own land, but I think that with your reinforcements you probably attack your direct opponent for making use of the shorter ways. And by that you kind of have a 2v1 on the top side, and you hope to overwhelm either one of the side. Like either Wolfitess would send help and then gets overrun in the 1v1, or he doesn't help and then the already established 2v1 will salvage the game. But yeah, they decided to take a fight in this area, which yeah, didn't end well due to the numbers. And yeah, soldier numbers are going down heavily for Lemon and Wolfitess. And we're also at 1 minute 10, 5 minutes until Sabos are allowed.
I really don't think they will be needed, but you
Yeah.
never know.
Yippee!
That's true. Alright, Wolfitess is sending his reinforcements towards Lemon. He's kind of up very aggressively. He should definitely go back with his soldiers. Like, fighting at the desert is probably fine because retreating was hard. But he definitely shouldn't lose this army here right now. So let's have a look at the production capabilities of the player. The fish storage sadly ran out. Rest in peace, Macaronics. And yeah, after that happened, also the coal mines are a little bit
In
depleted.
trouble.
Yeah, we can see that already with the gold smelters, which are very low on coal. Like for the moment they're working, but weaponsmiths are also not working. So coal is
Yeah,
definitely
but
an issue
his
here.
weaponsmiths are completely full with steel. I think the long time ago he should like stop completely call to the iron smelters, like completely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a.
But
that's a good move.
it's always tricky to don't forget to get it back on time.
I think
But
also one thing. Yeah.
But surprisingly, at green, actually his eco is running very well. I think he did a very good job.
Yeah, I think he just added the right amount of farms and bakeries, and I think also the difference is that he stopped his coal mine, or at least didn't put any more bread into his stone mine, and then also didn't put any more bread into the stone mine, while Lemon has the stone mine still, and there's also a lot of bread storage there, while his stone cutters are mostly lying full, so a little bit of potential being lost over there, but yeah. Definitely not the biggest deal. We see tower snipes on both sides though. Like Venice sniped the tower on the top side, and for on the other side Ereba got a tower.
Finally!
Yeah, that's
I was waiting for that.
yeah, that's how Venice and Ereba are rolling, and yeah, this one sword from Ereba looking to
Like
find
all the
more
bad
targets.
all the bad things like stealing and sniping, that's all I can know about LA boys.
Yeah,
But let's get back to the fighting maybe. That's very uncoordinated from the right team.
yeah,
Like one is
they're running
fighting, the
again.
second one is not fighting.
And I think they
It's-
really have to go back further. Like they're offering up a fight very close towards the middle of the map. and you know you are at a disadvantage with soldiers, and then you fight at a position where the amount of soldiers every team can bring into the fight is kind of the same. So fighting here probably not the best. But then again, if you choose to fight a more defensive fight at the barracks, in 90 seconds you would give up your land to enemy Zabos. So there is no good solution over here, and the numbers are just too heavily in favor of Venice and Ereba at the moment.
Yes, agreed.
Also-
Actually, Ereba did exactly what you said. Like he's moving his reinforcements directly to the Green Roman. He's gonna occupy his barracks at this very moment.
Ah, he's already there. Wow. And yeah, that's such a big amount of soldiers that Green definitely won't be able to free himself from that again. And yeah, that will basically mean checkmate, as they are also winning the fight on the top side of the map. And yeah, it's probably gonna be the last fight we see in this game.
Well, Vanas is not done with sniping towers.
And
cruel.
another one. Oh, yeah, that
But
one.
I don't think he can take another one.
And let's see, like if it's 2 level 3, but only a level 1 soldier inside the tower, it can work. But yeah, won't matter too much, as we only care about the big fight in the middle.
Well, our boys Wolfie and Lemon tried their best. Unfortunately, didn't work. But I'm very surprised how they managed to actually like put a stand.
Yeah, they got close to 200 soldiers. Vanasmode struggled a little bit, and there seemed to be a small window for them to punish them. But yeah, then again, the ways on this map were still kind of far, even though we played the left side against right side, where the distance between each enemy is kind of short. But then the mountain went away from the respective enemies, and thus it made it that the players would have defensive barracks. And yeah, it was the reason why having to walk such a long distance over the map until you start fighting gave Ereba and Venice enough time to recover their number of soldiers and then take a crushing fight with a good flank. No, I definitely didn't advise to them to play some bunker tactics, but it's always a sight,
I don't believe
sight to
you.
be seen.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, but yeah, lately my bunker tactics are not really working out too well. I think the 75-minute Zabos are a great hindering for that one.
Oh, I think that we are gonna lose the green player. I can see purple swords are moving to the tower, and I think it might be.
Yeah, it should be the last
Yes,
one.
I think it's the last one. And he's already saboing his front, the stone cut as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely the last tower, so I think they will just go GG after it's taken.
Cutting away the wood industry. Caro is getting her post-traumatic stress disorder activated again.
What happened?
Yeah, she also fell victim to saboteurs in her wood industry multiple times in her last tournament game.
Poor Caro.
And yeah, Wolfitess is out. Let's see what Lemon is doing. Can't crush for now, as swords are coming into one of his top towers. And then there are two more left at the mountain. No tower at the barracks, and the barracks are gonna get occupied very soon, so checkmate is imminent.
Okay, that's one. 3 more to go. They are crushing, I think.
Yep. And yeah, with that, Venice and Ereba take another victory in their group, and not sure. Okay, I don't want to say anything. I have no idea how the group standings are, but yeah, it should be good to go to secure at least the third place in the group.
Third place is still a lower bracket, right?
Yeah, I think only the first two get into the upper bracket. Alright, so it's a typical Senna kind of game from Vanasmode, like having nothing at peacetime, but then all the values at the end of the game are fine, like mines is fine, gold is fine, soldiers also fine, most level 3 on the map, so he played a great game, don't you agree?
After some, he needed more time, but yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, like the lack of stone made it very tough for him. Like if he doesn't do that, then he probably gets a very good game out of that, and would also be able to get into the 200 soldiers area to peacetime, and from there he would skyrocket ahead of a lot of the other players here. So looking at the aggregated statistics, we can see Venice and Ereba had a little bit more gold at their disposal. But yeah, the fighting was a big difference. But I think most of that was due to the first fight, which was set up very well by Ereba and Venice. They let them commit and then punish them for that with the flank from the south. Alright, let's bring the players into the chat, and then we will channel, and then we also switch back to German, as we will do the interview in German as we agreed.
Okay, so have fun.
So yeah, in that sense, don't know if you want to stick around, Generalen, for that.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Alright, then I thank you for your casting, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, see ya.
Jo, see you. Ja gut.
Bye.
Hallo.
Ja,
Ja, dann geht das hier in Deutsch weiter.
GG.
GG.
Hi.
GG.
GG.
Ja,
Ja.
bei Lemon und Wolfitess haben wir auf jeden Fall zweimal das gleiche gesehen. Ihr habt es mit dem 4-Farmen-Bild als Römer versucht. Seid ihr dafür zur PT dann gut dagestanden oder habt ihr euer Ziel verfehlt damit? Ich weiß nicht, wie viel oder bei wie viel Soldaten man dann am Ende bei rauskommt, wenn ihr es normal spielt oder wenn ihr es gut spielt.
Ich bin meistens so bei 150, also ich war ziemlich zufrieden, muss ich sagen. Also überperformt, würde ich sagen.
Ist doch schön,
Aber es hat
sowas.
trotzdem nicht gereicht, das ist halt bitter.
Ja.
Ja, ich glaube, das lag allerdings auch hauptsächlich an der Kampflinie.
An was meinst du?
An der Kampflinie, die war sehr gut für uns, da zwischen den Häusern drin.
Ja, bisschen übereilt rein, würde ich sagen.
Ja, der
Also
Kampf
ich
war-
glaube, übereilig rein nicht. Ich glaube, ein bisschen weit, gut, wenn man die Geografie gekannt hätte, bei mir ein bisschen weiter unten, dann wäre da an offene Tore reingerannt.
Mhm.
Ja, war das eine Überlegung von euch als angreifendes Team, dass ihr euch erstmal in die Mitte haltet? Weil ihr wart ja erst so mittig gelaufen zwischen den beiden und dann seid ihr dann doch aber hart in Venice Land abgebogen, anstatt ja, einfach weiter in der Mitte zu bleiben, wo ihr dann auch auf freier Fläche vielleicht hättet kämpfen können. Ja, war das ein Thema bei euch oder hattet ihr schon die Kasernen so gescoutet und gewusst, da soll es jetzt hingehen?
Lemon, willst du mal?
Ja, ich hatte ja schon ein paar Diebe reingeschickt und wir hatten nur die Kasernen bei dem gesehen. Ich wusste jetzt nicht, wer von euch beiden es war, wo wir dann im Endeffekt auch drin waren.
Ja, bei mir dann.
Genau, da war ein großer Turm, den hatte ich noch gesehen.
Genau.
Und dann dachten wir uns, wir sind so gut dabei für unsere Verhältnisse, gerade zu PT. Haben auch gesehen in den Turnieren, die wir verfolgt haben, dass da auch stärkere Teams mal bei PT weniger hatten, auch wenn sie danach dann starkes Geld sind. Dass wir uns dachten, komm, jetzt sind wir schon bei PT relativ gut dabei. Dann versuchen wir es einfach mal, wenn wir da einen Turm sehen und gehen voll drauf und
Ja.
wollten dann die Chance nutzen.
Ja, war auf jeden Fall euer bestes Zeitfenster, was ihr hättet kriegen können in dem Game, weil, ja, wenn es so ein bisschen in Schwierigkeiten war, ab Minute 35 mit Steinen, da dann jetzt meine Frage, was ist passiert? Oder, ja, wie ist es dazu
Ja,
gekommen?
es hat mich tatsächlich ein bisschen delayed gehabt. Mit Ereba konnte ich dann einen Deal machen. Ich schicke ihm Eisen und er schickt mir Steine. Weil er hatte ein bisschen weniger Eisen. Und ja, nachdem ich dann festgestellt habe, dass ich irgendwo ein paar lustige Baustellen auf Prio hatte, lief es dann eigentlich ganz gut, auch wenn es halt dann doch etwas delayed war. Aber also im krassen Steinmangel war ich nicht.
Mhm.
Mm, Es lief gerade so. Ja. Ich habe
Ja.
dann nach einem Blick auf die Uhr dann doch noch ein paar Waffenschmieden mehr gebaut. Aber ich hätte noch Goldschmelzen mehr bauen müssen, weil ich hätte trotz so den Gurken 10 Minuten hätte ich Waffen gehabt für 220 zu PT. Ja, das Gold war halt nicht ganz da.
Ja. Du hast dich für eine ziemlich schnelle zweite Werkzeugschmiede entschieden. War die jetzt so gefreestylt oder war das halt heute auch dein Plan, dass du ein
Absolut.
bisschen.
Ich hab, ich weiß nicht, wann ich das letzte Mal Römer auf Hagel gespielt habe. Das ist schon eine ganze Weile her. Ich habe erstmal am Anfang überlegt, wie viele Farben baue ich denn jetzt? 5 oder doch lieber 7?
Hm.
Und wie waren da nochmal die Verhältnisse? Das war, also viel von dem Spiel war ziemlich gefreestylt.
Ja,
Und die zweite Werke hätte ich im Endeffekt auch überhaupt nicht gebraucht, aber ich habe es einfach mal gebaut.
ja. Ja, gut, aber nachdem dann Steine dann wieder anliefen und Ereba auch geschickt hatte, kam ja doch alles zum Stehen und wie dann noch vermutet, war dann deine Zahl an Schwerindustrie auch wieder relativ hoch, um dann auch mit den gegnerischen Team dann an Soldaten zeitnah wieder aufzuschließen. Insofern alles geklappt. Ja, Ereba, wie lief's bei dir? Ich glaube, du hattest am Anfang ein bisschen Trouble mit deinen ersten Minen, kann das sein?
Hat jetzt von mir gesprochen, ich habe gerade meinen
Ja.
Namen nicht gehört.
Achso, ja, doch.
Ja, ich hatte lange überlegt, wenn es hat eine gute Mine auf dem Eisenmine gefunden. Und die ich gefunden hatte, das waren nur 4 Schilder, aber wenn es waren es aber 9 Schilder. Ich dachte, ach, jetzt probierst du einfach die und baust die andere später dazu. Aber ja, sie lief halt nicht ganz so gut, die erste Mine vom
Ja,
Eisen
das
her.
wäre jetzt meine nächste Frage gewesen, wie gut denn diese Mine war, weil General und ich da
Die
viel
war,
drüber
die war
spekuliert
wieder
haben.
richtig gut. Also die doppelte da oben, die lief bei mir im Schnitt so bei
Nee.
80%.
Nee, ich glaube, er meint meine erst gebaut, die lief ungefähr bei 40,
Ach so.
50%. Also war in Ordnung für die erste Mine.
Ja, gut, das ist dann gut genug. Wir hatten so ein bisschen die Befürchtung, dass da mit dir halt gar nichts geht, weil du ja auch ja sofort eigentlich diesen Tower zu der nächsten normal aussehenden Eisenmine gebaut hattest, aber ja, dann das doch nochmal abgebrochen hattest und dich mit der ersten zufrieden gegeben hattest.
Ja, weil sonst hätte ich das Eisen zu sehr spät gekriegt. Deswegen habe ich dann gesagt, du baust jetzt erstmal die. Mein Problem mit Eisen war eigentlich eher, dass mein Metzger natürlich mal wieder nicht planiert wurde. Es wurde die zweite Ziegenfarm planiert, bevor überhaupt der Metzger planiert wurde. War natürlich super. Und deswegen war ich mit dem Fleisch etwas hinterher.
Ja.
Aber sonst.
Kurz gucken, ja, solider Fleischmeister, alles wie gehabt hier mit dir.
Ich habe sogar 2 Jäger gebaut diesmal.
Oh, da wurde sich gegönnt.
Stimmt, Fleisch? Ist die Fleischmeisterschaft?
Ja, 248.
Na gut, dann bin ich ja zufrieden.
Da ging was. Ja, ansonsten hast du zeitnah Mana gebaut. War das eine Reaktion auf die Steinfelder, die du vorgefunden hast? Oder war es generell der Gameplan, dass du mit Mana dann auch für Schmetterlinge zu Petit dann arbeiten wolltest?
Wollte ich ja auch, aber ich habe erst gesehen, 2 Steinfelder werden sich geteilt, wenn sie durch die PT-Wall gehen. Da wusste ich jetzt nicht, wie viel kriege ich davon ab.
Hm?
Wie komme ich da am besten ran? Und ich bin auch dann gut, dass ich es mal gemacht habe, weil die Steinzauber waren dann enorm wichtig irgendwann.
Ja.
Ich
Ja,
hatte zwar noch
finde
eine
ich auch, dass du
gute
das gut gemacht hast.
Steinmine gehabt. Die hatte ich aber irgendwann abgestellt, weil einfach Brot so knapp war. Ich weiß nicht, warum ich so wenig Brot hatte oder warum so wenig Kohle auf meinem Berg rauskam.
Ja,
Ja,
aber das kann
deswegen
man ja
nehme ich mal
bei
Stein.
allen Spielern, glaube ich, sagen. Also Kohle war, glaube ich, für alle ein bisschen Problem, weil jetzt die Kohle da so am Startzipfel von dem Berg wohl, da gab es wohl einige Minen, aber da kam ganz, ganz lange Zeit erstmal nicht. Und ich glaube, viele Spieler haben hier gestruggelt in diesem Spiel mit Kohle an verschiedenen Punkten.
Dadurch, dass ich erst so spät angefangen hatte mit Schwerindustrie, hatte ich dann so viel Berg, dass ich absolut keine Kohleprobleme hatte.
Ja, 200 DQ-Play auf jeden Fall.
Ja.
Ich fand ehrlich gesagt Eisen noch schwieriger als Kohle, weil
Ja?
Kohle, da habe ich relativ früh angefangen, aber bei Eisen, da habe ich halt nur diese eine Bergseite gehabt und dann das gute Eisenfeld habe ich relativ spät erst entdeckt irgendwie, weil ich spät nach oben gebaut habe.
Mhm.
Und dann war erstmal Eisen knapp, aber irgendwie war alles zu irgendeinem Zeitpunkt knapp, außer Gold. Gold hatte ich ohne Ende, das habe ich viel zu viel gebaut. Ja.
Ja, ich habe es auch bei dir gesehen, bei dir lagen die ganzen Goldlager lagen alle randvoll, die Goldschmelzen voll mit Geld, aber auch nicht ein Säckchen Kohle dran.
Ja, genau. Ja, das zum Schluss raus, ja, weil ich die Bäckereien zu spät nachgezogen habe. Aber es war eine ganze Weile eigentlich ganz gut. Es war dann eher so ab der 45., dass es dann knapp wurde. Also eher, nee, ab der 50.
Mhm.
Hm.
Ja. Ja, dann der Angriff. Wäre es bei euch noch eine Überlegung gewesen, dass ihr auf 107 Kampfkraft wartet? Oder war die Idee, einfach so schnell es geht, dann Go zu machen, auch wenn man dann trotzdem nur gleiche Kampfkraft wie der Gegner als Verteidiger zu dem Zeitpunkt vermutlich hat?
Ja, genau. Also dadurch, dass wir zu PT so gut waren wie selten, haben wir uns gedacht, jetzt rennen wir einfach rein und hoffen auf die Macht der Übermacht.
Ja.
Und Kampfkraft hatte ich glaube ich 100 und Lemon hatte ich glaube ich so knapp über 100. Und Tiris, Tiris wären dann erst jetzt danach gekommen, aber haben wir dann nicht mehr gebaut tatsächlich. Also unsere Taktik war eigentlich recht brachial, einfach reinrennen und hoffen, dass die anderen weniger haben.
Ja, valide.
Mhm.
Ja. Lemon, wie lief dein Spiel so?
Im Grunde genommen am Ende zu PT war ich relativ zufrieden mit dem Ergebnis und es gab natürlich ein paar Fehler, die mir auch aufgefallen sind. Ich habe die Eisenmine, die erste, zu spät gebaut, weil ich noch fürs Buddeln gegangen bin, die bessere zu kriegen. Dann war einmal das Lager voll und die Berki hat längere Zeit nichts gemacht, was schon sehr ärgerlich war. Und am Ende, wo es in den Fight ging, habe ich auch das alles eigentlich komplett vernachlässigt und habe mich so ein bisschen aufs Kämpfen mehr konzentriert. Im Nachhinein habe ich gesehen, sehr viel liegen geblieben. Auch die Kohle war eigentlich gar nicht mehr vorhanden, habe ich dann am Ende gemerkt. Und ja, dann haben wir ganz am Ende eigentlich nur noch versucht, die 3 Schwertkämpfer, die durchgekommen sind, zum letzten Turm nach ganz hinten zu schicken, den wir noch gesehen hatten, in der Hoffnung, dass es der einzige gewesen wäre, um einen Punkt mitzunehmen. Und wo wir dann den Turm eingenommen hatten und gemerkt haben, ja, ist nicht der einzige, war irgendwie schon klar. Dann war es das auch.
Ja.
Aber im Großen und Ganzen war ich doch relativ zufrieden mit dem Spiel und gerade abgesehen davon, dass ich nicht aus der Prio rausgekommen bin und am Ende nach dem Fight auch einfach vorne und hinten nichts mehr lief, weil ich alles vernachlässigt hatte und es zu viel wurde, war ich eigentlich ganz zufrieden.
Ja. Ja, sehe ich auf jeden Fall. Ja, ich habe hier Meldungen gekriegt im Twitch-Chat, dass ja, Venus und die Ereba dann jetzt hier als dritter Platz durch die Gruppe durchgehen und ihr, Lemon und Wolfitess, dann auch als vierter weiter dabei seid, so wie ich das verstehe. Ja,
Jo.
so alle dann vereint im Lower Bracket.
Mhm. Ja.
Wir hatten das Glück, dass Foto ja hier in einer Gruppe F, glaube ich, gespielt hat oder weiterspielt. Dann kommen wir weiter.
Achso, das Team wäre hier bei euch gewesen, ne?
Ja.
Ja, genau.
Also wir hatten das Vergnügen gegen Fotter und Fotter. Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr das auch schon hattet.
Mhm, ja.
Das war ein Spiel so.
Habt ihr das gewonnen? Das habe ich gar nicht mitgekriegt.
Ja, tatsächlich, das haben wir ganz ehrenhaft gewonnen.
Nicht schlecht. Wir haben verloren.
Wir haben die Technik gespielt, nicht mit 100 Solis rein, sondern mit eher 100 Dieben. Der wurde ausgeraubt bis aufs letzte Hemd.
Ah ja, okay. Mhm. Nicht schlecht.
Wir haben das eiskalt ausgekostet, dass der wahrscheinlich nicht mit beiden Augen immer in seiner Siedlung ist.
Das ist eine gute Idee. Also darauf hätten wir auch mal kommen können, ja.
Ja, ansonsten spielt der immer mit irgendwelchen bestimmten Taktiken.
Er hat halt den All-In-Move gemacht auf uns und hat die Siedlung lang danach brach. Da war nichts mehr zu holen und er hat den All-In-Move halt nicht gewonnen.
Ja.
Das ist cool. Tatsächlich ein ganz witziges Spiel, immer so zwischendurch.
Ja, nochmal einen Sieg für die Ehre und die Motivation. Ja gut, ja, alle gehen weiter in die nächste Phase des Turniers und ja, ich würde es dann dabei jetzt noch für heute auch belassen. Bedanke mich dann nochmal bei meinem Co-Mod Generalen, heute auf Englisch mal gecastet zur Abwechslung. Und ja, danke für euch für das Spiel und ich würde mich dann verabschieden. Bis demnächst.
Ja, danke euch.
Jo, danke fürs Stream, Katze.
Danke auch.
Jo.